Hey, did not know I had this much to talk about when it came to my journal and my use of the journal. So, first two videos. The first one talked about using the front to back pages as idea generation and capture. And then from the back of the notebook towards the front, that's where I capture my next actions, my to-dos, so that I see all those in one place later on. I've also talked about how I separate the content that I need to come back to one more time versus, and that's the X pages, right? These don't need to come back to these anymore. I've already gotten all the value out of those. This third video, what I want to talk about here is what is in the back pocket. So most Moleskine journals and then any copycats are going to have this little back pocket. In here you have the famous thank you card. So I just travel with one of these all the time. I've even got a stamp already on it, so that way if I meet someone or run into a situation where a thank you card is a natural next step, I'm already ready for that. As soon as I do use this one, I like to replace that, pretty soon, because I always want one to be ready. And then just diving in here, I travel with stamps just in case. These are stamps if I needed to send something to Europe. In there, I've also got a postcard. These are the postcards that we built called the Productivity Touchpoint postcards. This one's here is about debrief. This is just a little something that if I met someone and I talked about what I do and what they do, I could hand this off to them. And let's see, what else do I have in here? I've got a thank you card without an envelope. This is in case I would just want to hand something to someone and give it to them right there. And the last thing, I got a couple more things in here. I've got one of my idea cards. And you can see right there, IDEA stands for Innovate, Design, Experiment, and Assess. And by the way, that little E there stands for you just need a little bit of experimentation to know if something's going to work or not. And then the way I design these is there's a line page and a blank page so that people could put these in their wallet, carry them around in case they had to write something down. And then I thought I saw one more thing in here that I wanted to show. It is my calendar. And what I've done over the years is I'll just show you a couple of months here. Here's the last quarter. That is a running schedule where I can just see at a glance where I've been, the companies that I've worked for, what work I've done, how many days I've been out and about. And so something like a March, that lets me know, hey, I had 1 week off, and then I was pretty much out on the road. And I've been keeping one of these for many, many years now. At the end of each year, I go back and kind of take a look at, hey, how was last year, how was next year? Because I've got this with me all the time, it's a real easy thing to update. One of the questions I get all the time is, Jason, how do you have time to do everything that you want to do? How do you have time to write a thank you card a day? How do you have time to track your travel schedule? How do you have time? And I consistently will reply back, it's not about having time. It's having the system. It's having the gear nearby so that I'm free to have an idea, to write down an action, to process something, to send a thank you card. So, hope you get a couple of ideas from these three videos. How do you use your journal? Let me know, and maybe I'll put a little article together with all of the uses and what people are finding as best practices.